Thank you for listening to today's episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Pure Global. In this episode, we are turning our attention to Canada and a significant regulatory update from Health Canada that will reshape the landscape for medical device distribution. The Medical Device Establishment License, or MDEL, is a cornerstone of the Canadian regulatory framework. It's a license issued by Health Canada to Class 1 manufacturers, as well as all importers and distributors of medical devices, to permit them to operate in Canada. For years, this framework has ensured that companies handling medical devices meet specific safety and quality requirements. However, as global supply chains evolve, Health Canada has recognized the need to modernize these regulations to improve efficiency and enhance post-market surveillance capabilities. On June 17, 2026, Health Canada published its final amended regulations to overhaul the MDEL framework. These changes, which are set to come into force on December 14, 2026, represent the second phase of a broader modernization initiative. The goal is to reduce administrative burden where possible, while strengthening supply chain traceability. The two most impactful changes are the removal of the MDEL requirement for certain foreign entities and the introduction of a mandatory supplier list for all MDEL holders. Let's first look at the most significant change for international companies. Under the new regulations, foreign distributors who sell medical devices through a licensed Canadian importer will no longer be required to hold their own MDEL. Previously, the requirement could create complexities in distribution chains, sometimes requiring multiple entities in the supply chain to hold a license. This change streamlines the process, placing the primary regulatory responsibility on the entity physically bringing the device into Canada, the importer. This is a logical shift, as it focuses oversight on the first point of entry into the country. To counterbalance this simplification and bolster traceability, Health Canada is introducing a new requirement. All MDEL holders, including manufacturers, importers, and distributors based in Canada, will be required to provide Health Canada with a list of their suppliers. A supplier is defined as the manufacturer, importer, or distributor from whom the MDEL holder sources their medical devices. This information must be submitted with the MDEL application and updated annually. This move is designed to give Health Canada a clearer, more comprehensive map of the medical device supply chain, which is critical for effective post-market surveillance, recalls, and incident response. These amendments have distinct implications for different players in the market. For foreign manufacturers, this could simplify their distribution strategy. They can now partner with a licensed Canadian importer without needing their foreign-based distributors to also secure an MDEL. For Canadian importers, however, the responsibility increases. They become the key regulatory gatekeeper and must now meticulously track and report their suppliers. This obligation becomes legally enforceable on December 14, 2026. Any new MDEL application or annual license review submitted on or after this date must comply with the new requirements, including the submission of the supplier list. So, what practical actions should your team be taking now? First, we recommend that all foreign manufacturers and their Canadian partners review their current distribution agreements. It is crucial to ensure that roles and responsibilities are clearly defined in light of these regulatory shifts. Second, if you are a Canadian MDEL holder, you must begin compiling your supplier list immediately. This means gathering the names, addresses, and contact information for every manufacturer, importer, or distributor you source devices from. Don't wait until your renewal date approaches. Third, update your quality management system and standard operating procedures. Your procedures for supplier qualification and management must now include the process for maintaining and providing this supplier list to Health Canada. Finally, assess how this change impacts your overall regulatory burden and supply chain strategy, ensuring your Canadian operations remain compliant and efficient. Navigating regulatory changes like these is critical for maintaining market access. If your team needs support with Canadian MDEL compliance, regulatory strategy, or expanding into other global markets, please check out Pure Global. We combine local expertise with advanced AI tools to streamline the entire process. And be sure to check the description for this episode, where you will find links to our free AI regulatory tools and our global device database. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.